Hey guys, Ninja 7 here, your resident Mistweaver monk. I just hit 500 subs, so you guys know what that means. There's gonna be a 12-hour live stream this weekend, either Saturday or Sunday. I'll post when I do it, but just plan for that. Come hang out, and yeah, we'll play some games. But I just want to make this quick video because my guild is progging on Mythic Skull, and if you notice my meters right now. I have done, I think that says 18.4K, maybe 16.4K. I can't remember. But if you remember, I had a mist, not fist video that I made where I kind of just like memed around with a Mistweaver build instead of a fistweaver build, where we drop ancient teachings for tier of mourning. Now, Mythic Skullix, if you've gotten there, you know that melee can get very hectic, and the more melee that you have, the harder it is on your whole guild. So my guild, we're very melee heavy. So I kind of just like offered, hey, I can be a ranged Mistweaver and hang out in ranged, and look, I did it. We killed the boss too. This was our prog, and it happened very easily. And I'm not going to take all the credit because my guild really stepped up, but I do think that this made a difference. And I do think that there are some fights where it's nice to have a range. Look, I'm topping the meters at the moment. Haven't even used revival. But the build is we went. Let me pull up my talents. We went notably Mist Wrap on tier 1. We went Life Cycles on tier 3, and that was kind of like our mana option because I really tried to alternate Enveloping Mist and Vivify, but the whole goal with Tier of Mourning is you want to kind of cast Vivify or Enveloping Mist on a target that already has Renewing Mist, but the kind of trick is that it's a little awkward because you want to cast it on someone who doesn't have Enveloping Mist. That way it cleaves onto those people. So my theory, by the way, I had only done this build for that video and then for literally 2 pools before this pool. So yeah, I definitely could have optimized a lot more. But the theory that I had, and I'm sure it can be optimized, the whole playstyle can be optimized. I'm definitely going to be toying around with it. But I was going to cast Enveloping Mist on those that had Renewing Mist on them. That way, that would be how I utilize the Tier of Mourning spreading the Enveloping Mist. But then I would cast Vivify on targets that don't have Renewing Mist. That way I can get the cleave. And the reasoning behind that is if I cast Vivify on someone who has Renewing Mist on it, going for that 10% proc chance, it kind of feels bad if they're like at, not, kind of close to full health. They're at like 80% because I'd be missing out on a little bit of that Vivify. But if I put another hot on them, it feels less bad because the constant ticking damage, I could get more value out of the hot. But yeah, so that's kind of how I played around life cycles. I wanted to alternate Enveloping Mist and Vivify. I did not do it as optimally as I wanted to. Like there was a lot of time where I would cast, spam Enveloping Mist a little bit. And as you can see, I get very conscious about my mana towards the end of this fight. Even though I know that we have my priest has him ready for me, and I have some innervates coming, like Pancake has her innervate right here. But yeah, so as long as you can manage, I would honestly say as long as you can manage your mana, this build is actually kind of nuts. I still had just the 2-piece set, but this build also gets really good with 4-piece, just like Ancient Teachings build does, because we're applying more hots than just burst healing with Rising Sun Kick. But yeah, overall really fun and still a viable playstyle. I'm not gonna say that it's better than Ancient Teachings. I do think Ancient Teachings at 100% value could put out more healing than this build at 100% value. But I really think with a couple more innervates in your group, a couple more hymns, you could actually reach that potential. Yeah, and also I didn't finish going over the talents. As you've probably noticed, Serpent Jade statue. I don't have a weak aura for it, but it would have been really beneficial to have a weak aura that showed me, when I should reapply that little hot, because that hot is big. It's 5,000 for. You can literally just tap Soothing Mist for 200 mana, and get a 5,000 heal hot, which is massive. So I should have been optimizing that. That could have parsed a lot better. Parse. I haven't even spoken about it. So the whole thing about this video is I got a 56 parse with this playstyle. Now 56 parse, I've done much better myself, and I know you guys can probably do much better. It's not exciting on paper, but if you look at the circumstances, I'm using a suboptimal playstyle, one that we haven't even thought about in years, and it's kind of made possible through double legendary and tier sets and kind of all this borrowed power that we have. We can kind of start looking at these other playstyles, and I thought it was just going to be a meme. I thought my guild leader was going to beg me to swap back immediately, but we actually got the kill and it worked out, and he was surprised. I was surprised at how much healing I was doing. So yeah, it's very exciting to get a good parse. I would say 56 is like good. You can kill bosses with it and prog with 56 parse easy. And especially with a playstyle that basically I'm the only one that's parsed with Tear of Mourning on this boss. I'm the only one that's done this playstyle at all. And another thing that I just want to go ahead and mention before the video ends is you have to, since you're going to be at range, you have to apply Mystic Touch if you're the only monk. So how I did it was I just Crackling Jade Lightning at the beginning of pool. But yeah, also I went Upwelling as the final tier set. You guys probably noticed that my Essence Font ticking up off cooldown. I was not using it on cooldown. Overall, very fun build. Highly recommend. But only if it's not going to hurt your guild. If you think there's a fight where you need to get out of melee, definitely try this build out. Yeah. I'll see you guys. Hopefully I'll post another video this week, but if not, I will see you guys in the 12-hour live stream. Thank you so much for getting me to 500 subs. That's a big deal. Very big deal for me. It made my weekend when I saw it this weekend. Wasn't expecting it this weekend, honestly. And I glue up with a smile. So keep smashing that like button if you haven't already. And hit like and tell me down below what you think of this build if you're going to try it out yourself. Legendaries are cheap right now, so now's the time to experiment. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.